Thanks, mate. With overseas visitors allowed to enter Australia from midnight, there is no shortage of airlines ready and waiting to bring them here and fly us out. When it comes to the Americas and the Pacific, United Airlines has daily flights from Sydney to LA and San Francisco. Delta flies from LA to Sydney. Fiji Air from Nadi to Sydney, Melbourne and Brisbane.
Hawaiian Airlines covers Honolulu and Sydney. Air Canada, Vancouver to Sydney. American Airlines, LA and Sydney. And Qantas, LA, Vancouver, Honolulu, Dallas and Nadi. A heap of options there. Across it all is James Wilkinson, the editor of Wayfarer Travel. Morning to you, James. What a tempting hit list that was. That's the hottest region for travel right now. Is there any particular reason for that?
Morning, guys. Great to see you. Yeah, it's really exciting. I think if you look at through the pandemic, we saw carriers like United Airlines, right, flew the entire time through the pandemic, and they've had double daily flights from LA and San Fran to Sydney. Also, obviously, Delta were flying throughout the pandemic as well. And then Qantas brought flights back on recently along with Hawaiian. So we've had a lot of capacity coming directly out of the US and one direct flight. Otherwise, Fiji Airways. And Fiji Airways have actually done really well, as we know, since December coming through Australia. So there's a lot of other countries around the world where we're seeing this now gradually starting to pick up, but a lot of the capacity at the moment is directly coming out of the US. And I was in the US only a few weeks ago, and I know that United are actively marketing it quite heavily through their EDMs to their customers, and then marketing-wise and pushing Australia. So they've got the seats there. The planes have only had 30, 40 people at the moment, but we've seen a lot of out of the US. The next one really to look at, I think, at the same time is the UK. I know that Skyscan has had searches up 175%. Hotels are seeing 85% searches. It's UK without the testing requirement to go back. It's going to be huge.
So how much are we going to be paying? Are we going to get bargains because the airlines are trying to get us in, or are we going to see big prices?
I was looking at flights the other day, and LA seems to be on pretty much pre-pandemic flights at the moment. We will see specials come back when we see more capacity. As we know, Qantas isn't operating from Brisbane yet, and then Dallas Fort Worth just launched the other day. So I think we'll start seeing some more specials come into the market as well. And the other thing we're seeing too is out of Europe. We know Qatar Airways are doing huge specials out of Europe at the moment into Australia. So as airlines come back on, like Singapore Airlines is up to 66 flights a week into Australia now, would you believe, alongside Scoot. So as soon as we see more capacity, I think we'll start seeing the specials come on again. We saw them at the end of last year, and I think we'll start seeing them again soon as we head into school holidays through April as well.
Yeah, as the world slowly opens up, what's the newest destination?
Well, we've got a few coming now, don't we? I think a lot of it comes down to where you can travel to. So I know the testing in Singapore at the moment has been dropping, so a lot more will open up through Singapore. And then when New Zealand opens up, we all of a sudden pick up Tahiti and the Cook Islands, don't we, straight away? But there's no transferring through Auckland at the moment. So I think South America as well, LATAM come back on at the end of March from Santiago to Sydney. So South America starting to open up. So more and more coming at the moment. But if you want a great holiday at the moment, Hawaii, Fiji, the United States, it's where it's at.
South America sounds good.
Yeah,
okay.
it does do.
Thank you, James.
More than welcome.